interesting debate has come up. Are drones good for humanity or bad for humanity? On one hand, they can be used to deliver goods. They can be used to save somebody else's life. They can be helped to do some precision kind of agriculture. However, on the other hand, drones can also be used to deliver weapons. They can be created so that they create havoc, also privacy issues on others' life. So in this light, the government has had two-pronged strategy towards the functioning of drones. On one hand, there is increase in commerce, and on the other hand, we have security implications. And therefore, earlier the government had a policy towards protection against drones, and now the government has gone ahead with a policy which is pro-commerce towards drone, making India a commerce hub, a drone hub by the year 2013. And therefore, in current affairs, we have another important question. This question is about discuss the rationale behind the new drone policy of 2021. How does government attempt to safeguard critical assets in the liberalized regime? See, I'd like to read out the question once again. Reading the question also gets us to the answer. We are halfway there. So discuss the rationale. What is the reason? What is the rationale behind new drone policy of 2021? So question is pinpointed. It is about 2021. What is the policy of the government towards this? How does the government attempt to safeguard critical assets? How does the government care to safeguard the critical assets in the liberalized regime, right? So we get a hint that this is the liberalized regime, and how does the government attempt, this is the part of the answer. So there are two parts of the question, rationale and then the safeguard. So before getting into the answer, a quick background to what is the drone policy, what was it previously and what is it now. See, these days we have started to see those drone attacks happening, right? Now this was the drone which was collected in Jammu. You can very well see there were tiffin bombs used, and not only one place, they were collected at multiple places. And these drones can fly across the border and they can come to Indian territory. They can also cross the high walls and get into a defense area and deliver these kind of ammunition, right? They can cause havoc in the armed forces territories. And thankfully this was captured, but this cannot be captured every time, right? Drones can be used to deliver bombs, ammunition straight away. They can also be unmanned drones, unmanned air vehicles. What are these? These are also kind of drones, and they also deliver weaponry to from one place to another. They can also be used to invade somebody else's privacy by having a camera attached to drone. So you can see there's such ill effects of drone, right? On one hand, right? On the other, we see drones can be used for some very good purposes. Drones can be used to save somebody's life. In fact, we have been seeing how drones have saved life for people. The government itself has initiated this move where drones can deliver vaccinations. There are places where people cannot reach physically. It will take hours and hours for them to walk on foot, leave apart going by motor vehicle or by road, because there is no road. The area is forested. There is a river across which we have to go, and this is where drones can easily fly and deliver all that is required. We are talking of vaccination. We are also talking of urgent blood, right? There are times when drones can help save somebody's lives by carrying the organ for organ transplantation. So drones can act as a very handy utility equipment in medical industry. Not only that, look at the commerce industry, right? In current affairs, commerce industry is very much in news because of the lockdown times, there has been an increase in online commerce. And drones can be very much used to deliver these kind of goods, right? One is living in 20th floor, drones can be used for delivering these kind of gadgets and equipments, right? All the things. Not only that, they can deliver the regular stuff also, right? So instead of the commercial vehicles, these two-wheelers flying and helping people to get their equipments that they have ordered or the entities goods they have ordered, drones can do the same, right? They can fly at a certain height and they can fly in those zones where it is permitted, and they can deliver this. So very good initiative that is possible. Drones can be used for air taxi. People can sit in these vehicles and they can be transported from one place to another. And how can we forget the utility of drones in precision agriculture? Drones can be used to deliver pesticides, to deliver fertilizers on crops in a very, very small and required fragmented manner. What we deliver through our physical hand, the way we throw in the farm fields, that is a huge amount of wastage of fertilizer or pesticide as well. And it is not good for anybody, not good for soil, not good for human, and not good for the plant. drones can have that precision agriculture in place. So we see drone has got two sides. One side is the one of security implication, right? And the other side is that of its commercial use, right? Drones can also be used for pre-wed photo shoots, right? Right, for shooting the events, all the kind of events that happen. And therefore, the government has finally said that, all right, we will have to approve this. Why? Because government wants increased commerce in the country. They do not want a regulated regimen in the country where drones cannot be utilized only, right? Because there is increase in commerce and government thinks that drones can be harnessed. Government wants that India should become the drone hub by the year 2030. Regulating is not the only way. Earlier, government used to regulate this drone policy, but now it has changed it, and that is why it is in news. And therefore, we have put this question up, right? So let us now, after a quick understanding of the background, we are getting into the question. The question says, discuss the rationale behind the new drone policy of 2021. How does the government attempt to safeguard critical assets in the liberalized regime? See, in this question, there is a purpose in which we have asked this question, right? So the first part is trying to address the new policy, and the second part is trying to know from you if you know about the security regime also of the government. How does the government attempt to safeguard its critical assets? So first part, as you know, increasing commerce, okay, agreed. But how is government trying to safeguard its critical assets, right? Security implications of drone, both have to be answered in the same question. So very smartly, in a limited number of words, you will have to answer this question. Let us look at the overview of the answer. How does the examiner find if they look at the answer from top? Right? So quick introduction is there. And then we have some points, right? I have written these points. I have written 4 points in the drone policy. Now they are 35 odd points, but I have clubbed them into 4 important points. And I've also drawn a map, airspace map. See? So this is something that is catchy, all right. I have also underlined some important areas. And after that, I have written safeguarding critical assets. See? So the second part is safeguarding critical assets, and 4 points are written here, and then a quick conclusion. See? So the complete answer has introduction, a body, conclusion. Body has 2 different components. It has got one component talking about the policy, the second about security implications, and also a small imagery, right? I'm talking of a small visual that also is eye-catchy and attractive, right? So now we will get into the details of the answer, right? See, it is always good to read the question a couple of times, because we develop the practice of reading the question, we will understand what exactly it is asking for. So they're asking for the rationale. They're not asking for what is the drone policy. What is the rationale? Discuss the rationale. That is the first point. And how will the government attempt to safeguard critical assets? These are the 2 points, right? These are the 2 important keywords. So the answer begins like this. With an aim to make India a drone hub by 2030 and utilize India's commerce and scientific potential, the Ministry of Civil Aviation has notified Drone Rules 2021. Okay, so it says, what is the aim? The aim is to make India a drone hub by 2030, right? And it also wants to make commerce and scientific potential exploited in the country, right? Who has done this? Ministry of Civil Aviation. See, so 3 important data put here in the introduction sentence. Okay. Point 1, what are we talking of? Rationale of drone policy. We are not talking of the drone policy. We're talking of the reason why. What is the reason behind this policy? So first reason is to foster trust in non-commerce usage. See, they're saying that there should be trust between government when it comes to non-commerce use. So suppose I am a civilian, I want to play with a drone. A small child wants to play with it, right? So foster trust. A child is not about, committing these kind of terrorist activities. So why not have trust with them? So government has reduced the number of forms and fees required for drone operations. It has reduced that. No pilot license for nano micro drones. That means non-commercial purposes. That means earlier the forms, an individual, if I'm an individual and not going to do any business with my drone, just to play with it, I had to fill 25 forms. And now they have reduced to 5. And that is a very good development, because that is how commerce will increase, right? Otherwise, what will we do? We'll smuggle these kind of drones from Middle East. We'll get it from Southeast Asia, but it will be smuggled in the country. So why not rather tax them and put them under some ambit, right? So forms have been reduced. Fee also has been reduced. Earlier, different kind of nano, micro and big drones, all of them had different fees. right? And for large drones, it was 3,000 rupees. Now, 100 rupees flat drone charges for all the kind of drones. So this is the regulation end, right? Government has see, if you want to put it as factual data point, what has been done? Okay, the bureaucratic hurdles, red tapeism has been reduced, simplified procedure. But what is the reason? That is the question. See, what is the reason? So reason is to foster trust in non-commerce users. See, this is the difference of words. The second is technology aiding utility. This is the reason. The government wants to utilize the drone technology for utility of people. Is it not true? Right? Doing more of commerce. And this is where you have to give examples. What kind of commerce? We're talking of delivery of e-commerce goods. We're talking of making the life of a farmer easy, right? So precision agriculture, those are the kind of examples you can give. Another good example is this, which has been mentioned in the drone policy itself. They have increased the weight from 300 to 500 kilos. See, suppose a person is 70 to 80 kilos, right? Two people can easily be picked up in a drone, which could be weighing maybe 200 kilos, and they can be transported from the drone, right? Just like a motorbike. So we are talking of drone taxi as well. See, so cargo, not only cargo delivery, but also human delivery from one place to another, right? We are talking of air taxi. This is what Minister of Civil Aviation had also mentioned, right? So two important benefits here, two important reasons. And there on the right side, we see an airspace map. Okay, we'll get into it, but let's look at the points first. Yeah, we are very much focused on the points here. So the third is, what is the rationale? I'm repeating the question. Minimum human interference in regulation. So single window digital sky platform to handle clearance, certificate transfer, deregistration. So what has government done right now is that government has attempted to create a single window that is called as digital sky platform. So let us look at it. Now, in digital sky platform, there will be one platform like this, right? And this will be all digitally available, right? And this platform will know what drone is flying at what height, at what place. Every drone will be mapped, right? And this digital sky is the one which will be representing all drones functional at one point of time. Right, so you can see the complete mapping of all the drones at places, and they will be connected in this digital sky system, right? So this is the system through which the government says that they will be ensuring that drones are regulated, but in a civilized manner, not through human interference, through a digital sky platform, right? See what a good reformation it is. So it will not only, this platform is not only to map the drones, this will also provide certain clearances, right? If drone can fly or not at some places. Their certification, if new drone has been purchased, automatic certification will happen through this. Their transfer of rights, if I am purchasing it and somebody is giving it to me, or deregistering the drones, all can be done. See, every drone now will be mapped, right? So every drone will have a unique number, right? Every drone, while it lifts off, will be mapped on this platform. So this is the automated platform we are talking of. You'll have to remember this keyword, digital sky platform, a very good step. And the fourth one says increase investments. So government says no restrictions on foreign ownership of Indian companies, right? So therefore more drone business in the country, rather than the business going to our neighbors. Why not get that business in India, right? So we have relaxed the FDI policy regarding the same. Drone Promotion Council to increase multi-sectoral and stakeholder participation, right? So these are the four important rationale. And we should also look at some content, some factual content. So this is the air service map, right? Airspace map. And in airspace map, we see what is the range in which drones will be functional now. So there are three zones. One is green, the other one is yellow, and the third one is red zone. So green zone, very simple, the place where drones can fly. And after that is the yellow zone, where drones can fly only to regulated space. And after that, the red zone, where there is no-go zone, right? So civilian drones cannot fly in that place. These are near the airports, critical areas. Those are the red zones, right? Now, earlier, the green zone was beyond 45 kilometers. 45 kilometers. Previously, the yellow zone was up to 45 kilometers. And after that, only the green zone where people can fly. And this distance was calculated from the airport. But now, the distance has been changed. It has been done so that it can aid people participation in drone industry, right? They want to fly drones just for leisure purposes, let them do it. So now the yellow zone is from 8 kilometer to 12 kilometer, and beyond 12 kilometer is green zone, right? Earlier it was 45. So beyond 12 kilometer, one can fly the drones up to a height of 400 feet, by their own free will, up to 400 feet. Beyond that, they will need government permission, right? So, this is the only condition here in green zone. Beyond, from 8 to 12 kilometer to the airport, the regulation is that above 200 feet, they will need the permission of the government, ATC permission, air traffic controller permission, because there are flights also, no, regular flights, helicopters and aeroplanes also taking off and landing. So therefore, permission is required beyond this distance, right? And if we go near the airport areas, this is no go for civilian drone, right? So special permission will be required in case anybody wants to travel, and that too with 100 types of permissions and all. So this is the 8-kilometer radius we are talking of, right? So these are the three areas. If we draw this, it also shows that we know the new drone policy, right? So this is what the government has done. It has reduced the space. This is what must be noted. Reduce the regulations and the places in which there is red zone. Reduce the area of operation for red and yellow zone, which is a very good action, right? So we have also ensured that the drone industry gets thriving, right? There is increase in investment and there is increased usage, yes. But what about security implications? Now, we have seen these kind of terror threats because of drones happening, right? Artificial intelligence, drone industry, they might spoil the security scenario of the country. And therefore, we need to safeguard our critical assets. What will come into place now? Government has a program for that as well, right? So we are again talking of the digital sky platform. Not only that, before that, let us understand what are the ways in which government is trying to segregate the critical assets. So let us quickly look at the second part. Safeguarding critical assets. India plans to counter the illegal or rogue drones, right? Threatening the peace and integrity of nation with both soft and hard kill technology. See, look at the keyword, soft and hard kill technology. Only that person who knows it or who is going through this answer will be able to know what these technologies are. And these are the keywords, soft and hard kill. So next sentence is about, in points, explaining the soft and hard kill. You can't write every sentence, so put them in points. Soft kill is radio frequency jamming or GPS spoofer. Hard kill is drone catching net or kinetic interception. See, if suppose this is a drone, right? So killing it straight away through a rocket is a hard kill. But ensuring that this drone is following some GPS signal, it is following some chip signal. If we counter the electronics inside this, it will not be able to deliver its product. If it is not able to follow the global positioning system, if we spoil that system, if we put some kind of bug inside it so that the machine is intact, but its mechanism, its electronics, its circuitry, not only that, its software, it gets spoiled, it will be a soft kill. We will not kill the complete device, we will kill the technology inside it. So these are the two of them: soft kill, radio frequency jamming; GPS spoofer; hard kill, drone catching or kinetic interception. That means intercepting the drone through another device. So anti-drone devices, right? So this is the first part. The second one is, see, we have divided our critical assets in three parts. So full scale model or mid segment model or basic model. So places like Rashtrapati Bhavan, Prime Minister's home, places where these people are moving, those are full scale model. They are vital critical infrastructure, right? We are also talking of nuclear power stations. These are the places where you cannot afford any drone attack. So here, counter unmanned aircraft system will be applied. Counter unmanned aircraft system. So this will be UAV or those kind of gadgets. We can directly demolish the drone targets, right? They have also been deployed at places where Prime Minister was to give speeches. So this is the full scale model. The second one is mid-segment model, which talks about the power plant, critical infrastructure like oil refineries, right? So they are less intense, and here a mix of all the devices will be applied. And the basic model is the one where government secretariat offices, historic monuments, they will be preserved through anti-drone measures. So this is how government is trying to preserve its critical assets, right? In three different models, right? Government will initiate no permission, no takeoff for all the drones. What are we talking of? We're talking of the same digital sky platform, DSP. So in digital sky platform, we'll be able to match each and every drone which is present and operational, and they will not be permitted to take off without prior permission, automated permission only. But this is the digital sky platform we are talking of. This is one. They will be tracked real time. They will be tracked. Their movement will be tracked real time, whether they are going above, beyond that 400 feet level or not, whether they are entering the yellow zone or the red zone, right? So this is automated tracking. And the third part is geofencing. So places will be fenced also. Geofencing will be done so that drones do not enter those spaces. Now they could be physical spaces, and they could as well be digital spaces, right? Because these are digitally enabled drones, and they can be regulated through digital ways as well. So this will increase surveillance against rogue drones. Do remember, we'll talk of rogue drones only. These are questions which are very sensitive, right? Because government has two-pronged policy. We are not talking of catching every drone. We are talking of catching only rogue drones. So do remember the keyword rogue drone. How do we conclude this answer? See, the answer says, since I mentioned two-pronged strategy, so it says the balance of growth and regulation would lead to stable future of India's drone market. See, balance between regulation and propagation will lead to a stable future for drone market in the country. This will not only lead to employment generation, this will include various commercial activities, lot of allied industries, chip manufacturing industry. Drone will relate to lot of efficiency in services and various other industries. We will also become an export hub by 2030. So these are the kind of capital investments that will lead to in future, right? So again, looking at the overall view of the answer, right? So here is a question, right? Two components of it served through introduction, and then neatly carved 4 points about the first parameter, that was about drone policy, rationale of drone policy, not drone policy. A small beautiful map here of the airspace, right? So try including some of the other presentation here, right? So that the examiner catches attention here. And then the second part is safeguarding of critical assets, the second part of the answer. Usually the questions will have two parts, usually. So again, in 4 vital points, and after that, 1 sentence of conclusion. And this is how the answer ends. You will be underlining the important highlights. You will also be using the keywords. For example, no pollution, no takeoff was a keyword. These vital critical infrastructure assets were keywords. Then we also had keyword in the form of rogue drones, right? Then other keywords were digital sky platform, right? Rationale were keywords here, all the 3-4 rationales. So this is how you will be able to conclude your answer, and it will be able to fetch you very good marks, right? So do remember, try to balance your answer, right? And try to follow a framework in which the examiner finds it very easy for them to read. So accordingly, you will have introduction, a body which could also have some image in it, some examples to be used, and after that, a right conclusion.